Give us a visual.
Yeah, so that's what it says. Here's the down here, I can't.
Do I have to check in?
Your name?
Daquan Ray.
Mr. Ray, I already checked you in. Thank you, though. Your
Okay.
attorney is on.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes. My name is Aaron Dudley.
What is your last name?
Dudley.
Oh, Dudley. Okay. I have you checked in, okay?
Okay, what do I do?
Just put your device on mute until your case is called.
On mute.
Yeah. this-
Okay, let me,
We're ready on Dudley whenever you are.
Counselor, you have some counselors ahead of you
That's okay. That's fine. Thank
that
you.
are ready. All right. I'm ready whenever you're ready. Huh?
You check it over.
Who? Mr. Who?
Don't just check it.
Yeah, yeah, his client is in jail, waiting out of jail.
Just paper.
Who else you got? Paper?
I got Martin, McGrath, Terrence Moore, and Tanya Morris are all in jail. You ready, Judge? Or no?
That's just.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got my mute unmuted now. Thank you.
All right, hold on, Mr. Buchanan.
I was having trouble. Thank you.
Third District Court for the City of Detroit, State of Michigan is now assessed with the Honorable Ronald Giles presiding. Judge, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Calling case number 2356336, the people of the state of Michigan versus first name Gerson, Gerson, last name Ique. The defendant is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Wilcox, appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
For the record, Your Honor, Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of Gerson Ikike, Your Honor. Your Honor, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter. Sorry?
Is he on Zoom?
I do not believe he is on Zoom. He is aware of today. I've given him the Zoom information, and if he is not, I waive his attendance, Your Honor. On behalf of my client, I have discussed this matter with my client as well as with the prosecuting attorney. At this time, what we are asking is to set this over for exam. In the interim, I've spoken to the prosecuting attorney. We are hoping to resolve this. If this does not get resolved, then we anticipate waiving the exam. So we do anticipate appearing again via Zoom. We're asking the court, as opposed to coming in next Friday, if we can come in on the 24th, which would be the following Monday. That would be April the 24th at 8:30.
Why want to put it off 2 weeks? Scheduled for next Friday.
Sorry, one more time?
Why would I put it off for 2 weeks?
It's not 2 weeks, it's one extra day. As opposed to coming in on the 21st, we're just asking to come in one extra day later on the 24th, just due to scheduling, Your Honor.
Yeah. Right, schedule this for 9 o'clock on April 24th. Right now, it's a separate exam, so that would be an in-person. If you're going to waive, just contact the court beforehand.
Okay, we will wait. We will contact the court beforehand. Is there any way we can schedule it for 8:30, Your Honor?
Sure.
Thank you. 8:30 on the 24th, and if we're waiving or resolving it, we will contact the court ahead of time to appear via Zoom. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Morning.
Calling case number 2356326, the people of the state of Michigan versus Damian D. Graffin Reed. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed, count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Evan Booklet appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Vanessa Moss, P63901, representing Damon D. Graffin Reed, who appears here via Zoom.
Mr. Graffin Reed, can you state your name for the record, please? Sir? You're on mute. Still on mute. Counsel, is that your client? Under the name D. Graffin Reed?
Yes, I will, Your Honor. I'm sorry?
Have you met him? Is that him?
I have spoken with him. I can't see it on my screen. Let me see.
Okay.
I have not met him in person, but I've spoken with him on the phone. And I know that he was having problems trying to connect via Zoom. I had to give him directions. So I'm sure I was just getting ready to enter in the chat that he was in the waiting room. So I know he's there.
All right. Send this matter for exam.
Okay, Your Honor, we have not received discovery.
All right, well, you just have to put in an order for the court will sign it, and then that way I can act on that order if you don't get discovery.
Okay,
Let's see. April 21st at 10:15.
and that is that Zoom, Your Honor?
No, that's in person.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye. Two.
Did you say?
If you grab and read, you can sign out. Just contact your attorney.
Oh, he's showing a red. Yeah, a red. He's from Chippewa. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I said. Let's see if.
I thought he would be from some other
Excuse me, Your Honor. I didn't know you were supposed to do that. Yes, I got to tell
Hello? Oh, I had any business.
Hello?
I had showed him.
Yeah, Mr. DeGraff and Reed, your next date is the 21st, next Friday at 10:15. It's in-person preliminary exam.
Yes, sir.
All right? Okay, your bonds continue. We'll see you then.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Counselor, are you ready on more, or you want to wait for your client? They still, the Wayne County Jail still has not put him on.
He's supposed to be, I mean, I know he's supposed to his bond, he's just waiting on a tether. We were just gonna schedule this for an exam anyway, so I can go if the court will allow me to waive his presence.
Okay. Calling case number 2356312, the people of the state of Michigan versus Terrence Moore. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder or by strangulation. Count 2, assault or assault and battery, habitual offender for notice. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booth appearing on behalf of the people, P86266. And good morning, Eric Ozie on behalf of Mr. Moore, waiving his presence for this purpose only.
All right, call the waiver of appearance for the purpose of this hearing. Setting this matter for exam.
Yes, Judge. The 21st is when it's scheduled. I have 2 matters on Frank Murphy in the morning. One is a hearing, the other is a calendar conference. Is it possible if we could do a late morning exam?
Do it late morning or do it that Thursday, later.
Let me take a look at Thursday's docket for myself, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I have multiple hearings on that date as well as a preliminary exam in the afternoon in Westland. So if we could do the 21st, if the court would be available. If the court, I'm sorry, Judge, I overspoke. What was that again?
21st at 11:15.
Perfect. We will make it happen, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You have a good day. Thank you, everybody.
You too, take care.
Oh, one last thing though, Judge, before I step away. I noticed I do have paper discovery, but I don't have digital discovery. As such, did I just fashion an order and send it to your clerk for a signature?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Parties ready on Jessica McMiller. Calling case number 2356330. The people of the state of Michigan versus Jessica McMiller. Defendant is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booklet here on behalf of the people, P86266.
And good morning, Attorney Daniel Mercier, P72620, representing defendant Jessica McMiller.
Client on?
Your Honor, no, my client is not on. I tried to reach her both verbally and sent text with notification of today's hearing with the Zoom ID number. I have no reason to present to this court for her non-attendance in person or by Zoom.
Are you willing to waive her appearance for the purpose of today's hearing?
Yes, I am.
All right, court will do so. We set this matter for preliminary exam on April 20th at 11 o'clock.
Can we do 12 noon, Your Honor?
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you back then. Take care.
Thank you.
Parties ready on Aaron Dudley.
Yes,
Calling case number 2060457. The people of the state of Michigan versus Aaron Dudley. Defendant is charged with count 1, false report of a felony, count 2, insurance, fraudulent acts, habitual offender. Fourth notice, this matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booklet here on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Simon, P35596 for Mr. Dudley, who I believe is also present by Zoom.
Dudley, can you state your name for the record?
Aaron Dudley.
Dudley, did you set a video?
Pardon me?
Can you turn on your video, please?
Let me see how to do it.
Nice to meet you. I am driving, but I am in a park, but I haven't been
Your Honor, can I waive his video appearance?
All right, just send this matter for exam.
Yes,
Simon?
well, yeah, but I have not received discovery, which I requested on the 10th.
All right, well, you're gonna need to send in an order to the court, discovery order, I will sign it, and then I can act on it if you don't receive it.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right,
Yeah,
So-
but for that reason, could we perhaps set the exam out as late as the court may be able to do so?
Before that, Mr. Simon, I'll let you know right now, I've looked for it, I haven't been able to find it. Chances are I won't be able to find it as has happened in the past, so it might not be the best to set it out too far, because then I think it should be a waste of time.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
all right, for 11 o'clock on April 20th.
Judge, at what time?
11 o'clock.
That's good. That's fine, Your Honor, and I'll try to get that discovery to, and I sent it to the courtroom email address.
Send it to my clerk's email address.
Okay, may that
Don't put
address
that-
posted in the
Hold
chat,
on.
please?
That's what she's about to do.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's in there. You see it, Mr. Simon?
Yes, I see it. Thank you. All right, I'll write it down and then I can log out. Mr. Dudley, we're done, and then we'll talk soon.
Okay.
All right, that concludes the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Wayne,
Have a good weekend now.
You too, sir.
Wayne County Jail, who do you have? Parties ready on Daquan Ray?
Yes, we're ready.
Calling case number 2356288, the people of the state of Michigan versus Daquan Ray. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, delivery, manufacturing cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 50 grams. Count 2, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 3, controlled substance, delivery, manufacturing cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 50 grams. Count 4, weapons, felony, firearm. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Bookful appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Todd Lantot appearing on behalf of Daquan Ray.
Mr. Ray, can you state your name for the record, please?
Daquan Ray.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll send this matter for exam, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. I just filed my appearance this morning. I have to obtain discovery. Could we put this matter over for a week?
Nope, I don't do that.
Okay.
Matter will be set for exam in about a week. You'll have more than enough time to get discovery, discuss it with your client.
Okay, Your Honor. The 21st?
21st and 11th. Hold on. Yeah, I did. Hold on. Yeah. 21st is 12 noon.
12 noon. And Your Honor, could I get the prosecutor's contact information while we're on the record? So I could reach out?
Sure.
Yeah, sure thing. My email is ebukva@waynecounty.com. We're sending you that discovery right now as we speak, so you should get that in the next 5 minutes or so.
Oh, great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.
What time is the court date gonna be on?
12 o'clock, Mr. Ray. I'll call you after we get off the record.
Okay.
That's in person.
Okay.
That's April 21st, 12 o'clock in person. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I can leave now.
All right. Yes, you can, Mr. Ray.
All right, thank you. You guys have a nice day.
You too.
Mr. Strong,
Yes, ma'am.
are you ready? Your client is in Wayne County Jail. I do
Okay.
see Wayne County Jail on, but they haven't brought nobody out.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I gotta check that. Calling case number 2356322, the people of the state of Michigan versus Demetrius McGrath. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer fleeing, 2nd degree, habitual offender, 4th notice. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Bookful appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ronnie Strong appearing on behalf of Mr. McKell Raft.
Morning, is your client on? Oh, he's
I
in
do
jail.
not.
Yeah, he's in
Your
the
Honor,
Wayne County. Are you willing to waive his appearance?
So willing to waive his appearance, Your Honor, requesting an exam date.
All right, thank you. How about April 20th at 11 o'clock?
That's a good date and time, Your Honor.
Okay.
Nothing further by the defense, Your Honor.
All right, that concludes the hearing. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
My name is Reginald Buchanan. I've been waiting. I didn't get checked in. And I want to know if I'm in the right courtroom because I don't want to miss court.
The right courtroom.
But you guys been telling me to hold on, so.
You're not on my docket. I don't have a Buchanan on my docket.
Yeah, I was waiting. She had told me to hold on. When I went to the first one, they let me know I didn't have nothing, but you guys told me to hold on. I thought I was in the right court. Can you tell me, can you?
Hold on.
Okay, no problem.
What are you here for?
It's a CCW.
Do you have your case number, sir?
No, that's what I need. I can't find that paperwork. But I'm in the docket for today at one of the judges. It's got to be criminal, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on, we're gonna see if we can look it up.
Okay, thank you.
Your case is at Frank Murphy, sir.
Pardon me?
It's at Frank Murphy, Third Circuit Court.
Ah.
This is the correct case. This is
Okay.
CCW from 2021. It's still.
You have to contact Third Circuit Court, Criminal Division, Frank Murphy. Find out what's going on.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yep, have a good week.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. This is Otis Culpepper. I'm just checking in to see about getting a continuance on the matter. I was told to zoom in this.
What was your client's name again, Mr. Culpepper?
Name is Justin Reed. I guess it's a PCC or exam.
I don't even see the. Well, do you remember that? Did I bring that paper down? You remember that lawyer name?
It's
I don't
set for,
see him in here.
it's set for the 18th, and I'm on medical.
All right. Let me call this case, Ms. Carson's case, and then I'm pull the file and call your case, okay?
Thank you kindly.
Calling case number 2356306, the people of the state of Michigan versus Vernell Mitchell Jr. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, delivering, manufacturing, habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Brooklyn, on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephanie Carson standing in for Attorney Ivan Land with Mr. Mitchell's permission. Is that correct, sir? Mr. Mitchell, I have your permission to stand in, correct?
My lawyer isn't present.
I'm assisting Mr. Land, setting it for exam today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, we
Yes.
consent to conduct this hearing via Zoom.
Mr. Mitchell, can you state your name for the record?
Mr. Mitchell.
Vernon Mitchell.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, just so you know, in the future, even on Zoom, I don't do T-shirts or sweatshirts in my courtroom. I have to wear a shirt with a collar, please.
Okay.
All right? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I apologize. Okay.
All right, just next time. All right, Carson,
Okay.
are you available Thursday, April 20th at 11.
Your Honor, you said at 11 o'clock?
11:30.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm available.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Mitchell, we can log off.
Okay.
Calling case number 2260298, the people of the state of Michigan versus Justin Reed, defendant number 2 is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed, strike count 1. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Count 3, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. This matter is here on adjournment hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Book Club hearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. W. Otis Culpepper for Mr. Justin Reed, 23520.
All right. Culpepper, when is this?
The 18th, Judge.
18th. How much time do you need?
I just went to got my medical yesterday. He said he'll release me back to work after the 25th. Of April.
Okay. 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 Can you the document for the 27th? All right. Let me make sure. Mr. Culpepper, you be available on the 27th?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Available on the 26th?
No, I'm see the 26th. Hold on, maybe the 26th. I can do the 26th, Your Honor.
We have a 9 o'clock, 9:30, and a 10 o'clock.
Do this at 9:15 on the 26th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Culpepper?
No, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care. Be safe. No better.
Wayne County Jail, 8th floor. Who do you have? I think that's Miss Morris. Is that Latanya Morris?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your name Latanya Morris?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is the clerk. Just hold on, okay? Mr. DiMaggio, that's your client.
That's correct. Thank you.
Do you need to speak to her?
Pardon?
Do you need to speak to her?
Yeah, is it possible I can speak to her?
Mr. DiMaggio, are you driving?
No, I'm parked up. No, I'm not driving.
All right.
What's wrong with the breakout? Oh, here it is. All right, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room.
Thank you.
Miss Morris, can you? Oh. Wayne County Jail, what is your name?
Was joined.
Yes,
Yes, yes. Put it on the make it clear in there. You see it, Ms. Morris?
Officer, can you help me? I don't know how to work it. It said push join, they'll push join.
All right, there she has. Wayne County Jail, what is your name?
Terrence Moore.
I'm sorry?
Terrence Moore.
Oh, we did Mr. Moore, didn't we? Yeah. Mr. Moore, we did your case.
No, 15. Your next date's gonna be April 21st at 11:15. That's your preliminary exam. That's in person.
Is it April 21st at 11:15?
Yes, sir.
At 11:15 in person?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What courtroom?
Courtroom 233 in 36th District Court.
Okay. That's it?
Yep, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, yep, take care.
Yeah.
Party's ready on Brandon Witherspoon. Calling case number 2260702, the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Witherspoon. Defendant is charged count 1, malicious destruction of personal property, $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. Habitual offender, second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Dan Duquette, practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120, under the supervision of Evan Bookbuck, key number 86226, in good standing.
Thank you. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right.
Good morning. The next report, Sarah Robinson, P63181, for Mr. Brandon Witherspoon, who is currently incarcerated at the Chippewa Correctional Facility and present on Zoom.
Okay. Mr. Witherspoon, you take your hand off your head and state the name, please.
Brandon Witherspoon.
Thank you, sir.
The people are unable to proceed at this time. Necessary witnesses have not arrived.
As we will dismiss.
All right, matter is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Witherspoon, we're finished. Tell them that your case was dismissed. Your attorney will send you the paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care.
You ready, Mr. DiMaggio?
I'm ready, Madam Clerk.
Calling case number 1959380, the people of the state of Michigan versus Latanya Morris. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 2, weapons, ammunition, possession by felon. Count 3, weapons, firearms, shot barrel, shotgun. Count 4, count 5, count 6, weapons, felony, firearm, habitual offender, third notice. This matter is here on the review.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Woodcock here on behalf of the people, P86266.
Andrew DiMaggio, P45619, on behalf of Latanya Morris.
Officer, what, is it something?
Ms. Morris, can you state your name, please, for the record?
Latanya Morris.
I was just thinking.
Officer. Y'all supposed to pick after this green button?
Morris, just hold on a minute, please. No, just hold on, just stay where you are, just listen.
Officer.
Just hold on.
Y'all answer this green button? That's a green button, keep coming up. Brandon.
Ms. Morris, just hold on. Don't touch anything. Just listen. The judge is talking, okay? He's trying to review something.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Client has been referred for competency a number of times. She's never showed up for it. Then she capious. But we still need to do the competency.
Right. Judge, I think she did show up a couple times because I took her there once and I had a law clerk take her there. So she did show up, but she missed the last one because I believe she was hospitalized and I was trying to get records from that. And then in the interim, she was picked up. I think she's been there 8 days.
Yeah, she's gonna stay there until we get the competency done. So I'm gonna re-refer her for competency to stand trial and criminal responsibility.
Okay. And there's no chance of a release on a tether, correct?
Oh, no, there's no chance of me releasing her at all, period.
Okay, I
At this
understand.
point.
Okay.
This case has been ongoing since the start, 2019.
Right.
And it still haven't gotten it. No, don't talk. Don't say anything, ma'am. So, no, we're gonna resolve it one way or the other. We're gonna resolve it off of my docket at least. So I'm gonna re-refer her for competency, and she's gonna stay in the Wayne County Jail.
Okay.
I'll give you a new date, Kitty, we're gonna probably need to do a new order, because I know these are.
Yeah, July 12th, Judge.
July 12th at 8:30.
Okay. And since this case has been around a while, could the prosecutor resend me the discovery? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, I'll make sure to do that.
Okay.
I got it. No, please.
All right, that will conclude the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I have.
And we got to talk to your attorney. He'll call you, or he'll come see you, one of the other.
Yeah, I'll come see you probably tonight or tomorrow, okay, Latanya? Right.
So I don't go home.
No, the judge has made a determination that he wants to proceed on this court, so we have to abide by the judge, okay?
So I gotta stay here till when?
I'll come talk to you about it, okay?
Oh, God. I'm in here sick. Please help me. I've got diabetes. I've been hospitalized since I've been locked up and everything. It's not my fault. Please give me a chance. I'm a good.
Latanya,
Please help me.
Latanya, okay, I'll talk to you about everything, okay? But it's not here. We don't want to talk about it in open court, okay? I'll come see you, okay? All right.
Okay.
Thank
you. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Good morning. Is there anyone else that has not checked in?
Hello.
Yes. Your name?
I'm Barbriana Akins and Juan Wright.
What are you here for, Miss Akins and Wright?
We were being there was a suit filed against us. We had court in January and they rescheduled. I think it was for today, but I don't see the apartment complex's attorney in here.
Akins, is it a civil matter?
Yes.
Okay, you're in the wrong courtroom. Judge Giles is no longer on civil.
Okay, we didn't get any paperwork saying if they changed the judge or anything. So do you know who I would go to?
You should have gotten paperwork. Do you have your case number?
Yes. This is the same judge we dealt with in January. So I just came back here. The case number is 2219-3451.
Ms. Atkins, hold on. I have to switch. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. What's the case number?
2219-3459.
It's gonna be in Judge Coleman's courtroom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But you know what? Man, Miss Atkins. It's dismissed. Well, we had 4 defendants in jail.
Do we have another email?
Hmm?
We have another email.
No, not that.
Okay. Wait, Martin's.
Wayne County, what happened to Wayne County Jail?
It is zipped up.
Good morning. Who's on telephone? 313-782-6468. Right. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. What are we waiting on now? Where's Mr. Cripps? It's not like him not to show up.
He has 2 key up on it. He has a case at that.
Yeah, okay, he's got that.
Nelson, that's 9:30.
Are they here?
Knight is here, Knight is here.
The attorney is here?
Officer Moore,
All right.
did Ms. Nelson show up yet?
Not yet. This client is here, and a police officer just checked in.
Charlie Martin yet? No, we're waiting on Mr. Cripps.
Charlie Martin, it's a probable cause. All right, thank you. Yeah, yes, he's our last one. So, okay, all right, thank you. Saves overlooked.
Yeah, they don't.
So he should be logging on.
So, Ms. Nelson just showed up.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to your client?
He's here, he's
I know.
yeah.
So you're ready to do it, so. Ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Okay, bring them in.
All right.
Yeah, we're.
Okay.
That the word for she's in the hole.
Yes, the police officer, we'll see. Yes,
The witness is here.
Police officer.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing.
Hearing is here.
This was dried up.
Oh. Nice weather. Yeah, Monday. I think Sunday is supposed to rain.
Oh, this is perfect.
I don't have.
Yes, sir. That's fine, right. Morning, Ms. Nelson.
Good, how are you?
Ready, counsel? Ready?
Yes.
Calling case number 2355936, the people of the state of Michigan versus Leon Knighton. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eddie Bookberg, appearing on behalf of the people, P 86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sophia Nelson of Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Knighton, P 77960. Mr. Knighton is present here in court today. Please state your name for the record.
Leon Knight.
Right. Before we do that, Your Honor, just a motion for a mutual order of sequestration of all witnesses. No officer charged, so no exception. None.
You know, witnesses testifying today at trial, anytime in the future, must leave the courtroom, Zoom, and YouTube, or be denied that future testimony.
The people will call their first witness, Officer Palmer.
Over here.
Wait. Turn this way.
Can I put
Swear I affirm to the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Bring it closer to the mic.
Pull the microphone down. Thank you. Okay, proceed.
Officer, could you please state your name for the record?
Officer Lorenzo Palmer,
And Officer Palmer, where are you currently employed?
Detroit Police Department, Second Precinct,
How long have you been employed with DPD?
year and a half.
I want to direct your attention to March 12th of 2023. Were you at the area of 13513 Plymouth?
Yes, sir.
Is that in the city of Detroit County of Wayne?
Yes, sir.
Were you working alone or with a partner that day?
My partner,
What's your partner's name?
Keywan Anderson,
Were you guys on foot or were you in a squad car?
scout car,
Was it a marked scout car?
fully marked.
I'm going to direct your attention to just before midnight on that day. Did you see anything that might bring us into court here today?
Yes, sir. We were traveling westbound. We seen some, we was at a motorcycle club. We seen some individuals in the street with open intox, drinking. We investigated, told them that, we wanted them to get out of the street. When we did that, we seen one individual. When we seen this, he kind of like.
What did you see, not what we saw?
Yeah, what did you see?
You gotta speak up, when you speak into the mic.
All right.
I seen the individual blade his left, like blade his left side as if he was trying to hide something. Usually, when someone does that, they're trying to hide.
Speculation, this is not what you see, I don't want your opinion, I just want to know what you saw.
Okay, so
Somebody's trying to, as you say, blade their left side, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So this individual that bladed his left side, did he have any open intoxicants in his hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you see that individual in the courtroom here today?
Yes, sir.
Could you please point him out and identify him by an article of clothing?
Flannel shirt.
Thank you, Your Honor. May the record reflect the witness who identified the defendant, Mr. Knighton. So you say Mr. Knighton has an open intoxicant and he blades his body away from you. What do you do?
I exited the bed with my partner and went over to investigate further.
Did you say anything to Mr. Knighton?
Yeah, we told him they couldn't drink in the street. And
what did you tell him, Mr. Knighton? Not what, just you.
Well, I told him that he couldn't drink in the street, and I asked if he was armed due to him, covering his left side.
Did Mr. Knighton reply to you?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
He said he was armed.
Did he tell you what he was armed with?
No, he just said he just had a gun.
Did he inform you of any CPL status?
No.
So he tells you he's armed. What do you do next?
I immediately detained him.
Okay.
Handcuffed.
And where's your partner at this time?
He's on the right side of me. I took Mr. Knighton to our scout car to be in front of the camera. Did a pat down. He had a lot of pockets, like a motorcycle jacket. So initially, I didn't feel it with him because he said it was on his right side, but it was actually on his left side.
Okay. So did you or did your partner do any sort of pat down on Mr. Knighton?
We both did a pat down. I did the first initial. He did the second.
He being your partner?
Yes.
Okay. Did you observe your partner recover anything from Mr. Knighton's person?
Yes, sir.
What did you observe your partner recover?
You said where?
What?
Oh, 9mm Smith & Wesson handgun.
And where was that located?
In his left pocket.
Your Honor, for the record, the officer in charge did just walk in a little late. Could I ask for an exception to her being in the courtroom? She is not testifying to.
No objection.
Thank you, Judge.
The officer in charge be exempt from the sequestration order.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I would move to dismiss at this time as there's not been any establishments that my client did not obtain did not have a CPL, so did not met the elements of carrying a concealed weapon. It's legal to carry a weapon in the state of Michigan if you don't have a CPL, and they've not established that my client does not have a CPL.
Well, it's also a requirement by statute that your client, when he comes in contact with the police department, if he has a CPL, he has to tell the police officer that. That's one of the first things he has to say upon meeting a police officer. The emotion denied, you can see.
Be clear, I failure to display a CPL as a civil infraction, not a felony.
Are you asking a question or are you making a statement?
I made a statement. for the
Well, we're
record.
gonna strike that statement. You don't make statements in my courtroom. At this point, you're here to question this witness. Do we understand each other, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. You wrote a police report in this matter,
Yes,
and you have that with you today?
took a picture of it.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor,
For what reason?
to hand him his police report?
Why does he need it?
Okay, well, I'll establish the foundation.
Thank you.
You wrote a police report in this matter,
Yes,
and you included all important details with respect to your investigation.
yes,
And it's a full and accurate description of everything that occurred.
yes,
And your memory was most fresh at the time of the incident, correct?
can you repeat that?
So it's been it's been over a month since this occurred.
Yes.
And you engaged with many citizens throughout the course of your duties.
Yes, I do.
And your memory, you write this report right after an incident happens, correct?
Yes,
And so your memory is most accurate at the time you're writing the report.
yes,
And in this report, you did not include anything about an open intox.
can I look at it?
May I approach?
Yes. So what are you doing?
I'm sorry, but my laptop is dying and I may need the body worn camera at some point. So that's what I'm doing. I'm setting it up.
Okay, well, you normally ask permission to do stuff like that. It's courtroom etiquette, okay? We just don't.
I did ask the clerk permission earlier, but I should ask you, Your Honor, I apologize.
Thank you.
Have you had a chance to review
Yes,
the
I
report?
read it, yes.
And there's nothing in there about open intox, is there?
No.
And if I played your body worn camera, in fact, there would be no statements from you or your partner regarding open intox.
Say that again?
If I were to play your body worn camera,
Right.
neither you nor your partner said anything to Mr. Knighton about having open intox.
I mean, you can play it, I mean, that's what they were doing in the street.
And when-
No, that's not her question. Her question was you specifically regarding her client. You testified that you walked up to Mr. Knighton and told him that he could not drink in the street. Her question deals with that statement specifically. Did you, or did you
Okay,
not
I
walk
don't,
up to
I
Mr.
don't,
Knight?
I don't remember.
Hold on, you don't remember?
May I play the body worn camera to refresh his recollection, Your Honor?
Sure, hold on a second, I got it.
You want me to join the Zoom?
Yes, you have to. 1 second, I got it. Okay. There you go, share screen now.
I'm sorry for doing this from down here, but
This thing. You have to turn the sound down on your computer. You have the sound through the TV screen, all right?
Yep.
Otherwise, feedback. Can you stop it, please?
I've stopped it. It's not coming to my computer.
Is the sound on?
This, I shared the sound.
The sound's on in your computer.
Okay, that's the problem. Okay. But you can see right here, Mr. Knighton puts both his hands up.
Okay, hold on.
You want me to
Authenticate
replay?
the video first, please?
Yep, sorry. I'm gonna try again.
No. Before you play it, you have to authenticate the video.
Mr. Palmer, do you recognize this video?
Yes.
Is that your body worn camera?
Yes.
And that's your body worn camera from the incident in question?
Yes.
Okay. Not sure why I'm not getting sound. But real, prior to, I'll go back for the sound issue, but as you approach Mr. Knight, you see that he puts both his hands up, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And there's nothing in his hands.
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, can I disconnect from the Zoom for the purposes of the sound?
Well, problem is that everybody got to see it. If you're gonna show the witness something, the prosecutor has to see it, I have to see it.
All right, well, let me try
And we can try to do it, you can disconnect, and we can try to do it that way. Have everybody come around.
Yeah, as long as.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
I'll try. Thank you. Okay.
That's what we gonna do. Put your hands behind your back. Push it. You got anything on you, bro?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
What you got on you?
I know me because my uncle started coming out.
Okay, look, this is what we gonna do. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Like that. You got CPR?
So I'm correct in that you never said anything to Mr. Knighton about open intox.
None of that is, you correct.
Okay. And in fact, Mr. Knighton had no alcohol in his hands.
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Knighton was standing in the street next to a legally parked car, correct?
Correct.
And it is, you've never met Mr. Knighton before?
No.
You did not know if he was a felon?
I don't remember him saying he was a felon.
I'm saying, when you encountered Mr. Knighton before you spoke to him, you had no knowledge of him?
No.
You didn't know if he had a CPL?
I asked, no.
No, but I'm asking before you had a conversation with him, when you see him in the street, you had no knowledge whether he had a CPL?
No.
You had no knowledge whether he had a felony record?
No.
Okay. And, you observed him standing next to a legally parked vehicle in the street, correct?
Correct.
And you and your partner illuminated him with a flashlight,
Correct.
and you wrote in your police report that your reason for doing was he seemed nervous. Upon illuminating him, you decided to do a further investigation because when you shine the flashlight on him, he seemed nervous.
Yes.
Okay. So your reason for approaching and exiting the squad car and doing a further investigation was because Mr. Knighton seemed nervous.
No. No.
But so when you wrote that in your police report, that was not true?
It was true that he seemed nervous. Most people, when they see the police.
I'm not asking about most people. I'm asking about your.
Look, he seemed nervous.
Okay. So your justification that you wrote in the police report for further investigation was that Mr. Knighton seemed nervous.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And at that point, you illuminated him and you told him to put his hands up, correct?
Yes.
And he complied.
Correct.
And at this point, he was not free to leave.
No.
Okay. And you approached him and you grabbed him.
I didn't grab him.
You began to do a Terry frisk. You put your hands around his waist to pat him down, correct?
Yes.
And you asked him if he was armed.
Yes.
And when he responded that he was, you placed him in handcuffs.
Yes.
And this is prior to determining whether or not he had a CPL.
Yes. For our sake, I put everyone in handcuffs when they tell me they're armed. That doesn't mean that they're going to be arrested. It's just they're detained for my safety.
They're detained for your safety. They're not free to leave.
Oh.
They're in custody.
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, you don't know whether Mr. Knighton has committed a crime because it's not illegal to carry a concealed weapon in the state of Michigan, correct?
Repeat that.
It is not illegal.
You asking him for a legal opinion?
No, Your Honor. And at the time you handcuffed Mr. Knighton, you did not read him his Miranda rights, correct?
No, I didn't. I didn't ask him any questions.
After you handcuffed him and without reading him his Miranda rights, you did ask him if he had a CPL, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so he was detained in handcuffs at the time you asked him whether he had a CPL.
Correct.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Can you redirect?
Briefly, Your Honor. Actually, never mind, Your Honor, no further questions.
Thank you, step down.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
Vince, have any witness?
No, Your Honor.
People have no motion, Your Honor.
As dismissed.
Thank you.
Officer in charge? What, please?
May I get my charger, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You want me to come up there? Sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning, Mr. Cribs.
Good morning, Kitty. How are you?
Good. Wayne County Jail, who do you have in your name in Wayne County Jail? What is your name, sir? The person in Wayne County Jail, what is your name? Oh, you got you on mute.
Charlie Lavelle Martin.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's your client, Mr. Cripps. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Can I talk to my attorney in the room, breakout room?
Who's dismissed with this? Who needs to fill this up? Deputy attorney or prosecutor?
Actually, the attorney.
The attorney.
He's not doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a defense attorney and I.
Okay.
Insufficient evidence, or
Is it not?
is it insufficient evidence, or what should I put?
It's insufficient.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cripps, did you want to go in a breakout room with your client?
Sure.
All right, accept that invitation, Mr. Martin.
Check and see what we got for.
I got our last PCC there in the breakout room.
Okay. I'll check with 10 and 5.
I hope you don't.
Thought I saw the troubles for this at 10:30.
Huh?
10 o'clock. Here, switch the email, see it, switch it to Mars. I'll check and see. Do we have, who's going to that? Is that a two-bagger, Mr. Tillman? Is that a two-bagger? At 10 o'clock, that's a two-bagger?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I think they're both here.
Both defendants?
I know, I know, it seems like it from what Mr. Moore was talking about.
Are the attorneys here more?
Yeah. Tellus is here.
Just those, the other co-counsel is not here, both defendants are here. And troopers are here.
Hill is on the other one.
I think it was just clipped together.
That's my job.
The officer thinks it's coming.
All right, ready,
Just
Martin.
because I have a weapon, they don't have a weapon, no, I'm not gonna let them. I did not have the right to stop. It's not gonna happen.
You didn't have no Giles?
No.
Oh, good. Good, that helps me out.
The green stamp.
Yeah.
Fix
I'm gonna write my thoughts.
So I want to make sure. Just to make sure. Appreciate you, Judge. Thanks so much.
Party's ready on Charlie Martin.
Ready.
Calling case number 2061005, the people of the state of Michigan versus Charlie Martin. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer fleeing 3rd degree. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Woodford, bring on behalf of the people, P 86266.
And good morning, Judge David Cripps, P34972, appearing on behalf of Charlie Martin, who's joined us by Zoom from the jail.
Mr. Martin, can you state your name for the record, please?
Charlie Lavelle Martin.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, I'm sorry about being late on this. He's got a homicide case set for probable cause on the 18th in front of Judge King. I had that in my book, but I thought they were both on the same date. I apologize.
All right. All right. We set this matter for exam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you available April 20th at 11:15?
You talking to me? Your Honor?
Yes, yes, I am, Your Honor. I have an exam at 11:30, so that'll work out perfectly.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. That concludes the hearing.
Have a good weekend, Your Honor.
You too.
See you at 10:45, Mr. Cripps. Oh, damn it. Or 11. Oh, 11:45. Thank you.
Mr. Martin,
Yes, Your Honor.
you can tell the deputy that we're finished. You're coming back to court next Thursday, 11:15. You'll be in person, all right?
Can you repeat that again?
You're coming back to court April 20th at 11:15. And that's gonna be in person.
Okay. Deb,
All right, thank you.
thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
Deb. Deb.
They said April 20th, they told me to April 20th at 11.
Thank you, Wayne County. I think that's it for us. Wayne County Jail, I think that's it for us.
You already seen Demetrius McCallarath?
Yeah, the attorney waived his appearance. I'm getting ready to send the paperwork.
Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Take care.
Let me make sure. Still nothing on Mr. Hill?
No.
Okay.
He just arrived. I mean. Okay.
Yeah. I could.
Good morning.
Morning.
Calling case number 2355728, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamar Christian, defendant number 1 is charged with count 1, police officer fleeing 3rd degree. Count 2, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. Count 3, controlled substances, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. The people of the state of Michigan versus Trey Mitchell, defendant number 2, is charged with count 4, controlled substances, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Bookwood, appearing on behalf of the people, P 86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Antonio D. Tuttles, on behalf of my client, that's Mr. Trey Mitchell. I apologize. The gentleman standing in hooded, and I apologize for his appearance. He said he didn't understand the button up policy of this court. Is that accurate, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Yes, speak up.
Yes.
Yes, could you state your name for the record?
Trey Mitchell.
And my P number is 64158. Thank you, Your Honor.
Morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, P 68445, on behalf of Mr. Christian. Sir, state your name. Good morning, Your Honor. Christian.
You didn't understand that you don't wear t-shirts to
I
court?
wasn't informed, I apologize, sir.
Gotta be informed. I mean, this is a court. Think someone gotta tell you how to dress when you come to court?
No, no one has to tell me how to dress. I just took it that I was having it on Zoom. I didn't really know until this morning. I apologize.
I don't do t-shirts on Zoom.
Oh.
Because you're still in my courtroom. I'm speaking to both of you, Mr. Christian and Mr. Mitchell. It's a matter of respect. You want me to respect you, right? You, correct? You want the court to respect you? That's the question, yes?
Yeah.
I want the same thing. I want my respect. You know, the difference is if you don't give me my respect, I take it. It doesn't end up well for somebody. All right, yeah. Now this, you know, I say this because I don't know what's gonna happen right now. I'm maybe about this case, other than your name's in the charges, that's all I know. You know, but if it ends up going across the street, you don't know who you're gonna be in front of. You know, it might be someone like me that's old school. Might be someone younger or someone that doesn't care. I don't know. You know, problem is I do care. I want you to care. This is your lives. All right. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. All right, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge, just one preliminary matter as it pertains to Mr. Mitchell. There is a offer for a misdemeanor plea. I believe he has accepted it. I have the form here signed in my hands. I can, if I may approach, I can hand it to Madam Clerk.
Okay.
That is accurate, Your Honor.
All right, this is a plea to one count of
Yes, sir, sorry.
All right, it's a maximum penalty of 1 year probation, terms and conditions set by the court. No objection to 74. That's the agreement.
That's an accurate understanding, Your Honor.
And your client wishes to avail himself of that.
Yes, I've explained to Mr. Mitchell, in terms of what 7.11 is about, you know, the fact that he's charged with abuse, you know, so on and so forth. And I believe, and not believe, Mr. Mitchell has said that he wants to bail himself for that fault. Is that accurate, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Speak up.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, can you raise your right hand? You swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and help you God.
I swear.
All right. Keep your hand up. Mr. Mitchell, you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up certain constitutional rights. You give up the right to a trial by judge or jury. You understand that?
Yes.
You give them the right to confront and question any witnesses the state has against you, and to use the court subpoena power to force any witnesses you may have to come to court and testify on your behalf. You understand that? You also give us the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
And you give us the right to remain silent, not have that silence used against you, or the right to testify at your own trial if you so decide. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand all these rights I've gone over with you?
Yes.
You had an opportunity to talk to your attorney about these rights.
Yes.
And you're freely and voluntarily waiving these rights to plead guilty to the misdemeanor that you're discussing. Because you are guilty.
Yes.
All right, can I have a factual basis, please?
Yes, please.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. If at any point you don't understand, just let me know and I'll repeat it, okay? On February 23rd of 2023, you were at the location of McNichols near M39 Freeway, City of Detroit, County Lane.
139 freeway is the Southfield freeway.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, did you have in your possession at that time oxycodone?
Yes.
Did you know it to be oxycodone?
Yes.
Did you have that for your own personal use?
Yes.
Did you have any legal authority to have that oxycodone and use it? The people are satisfied with that.
Defense is satisfied now.
All right, court's going to accept the plea. The matter is going to be referred to the probation department for a precinct investigation report. And it's also, and that's going to be for sentencing, and it's going to be in front of Judge Bryant on what date we got. Okay.
Thank you. June 2nd at 9 a.m.
Did you say Judge Ryan?
Bryant, yeah. He does a misdemeanor. Doctor here.
Oh, okay. Sound like you said Ryan, but you said Brian.
Bryant, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Judge Bryant.
One June 2nd. Thank you.
All right.
Does that conclude the matter as relates to Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. I just gotta get some paperwork, go to probation today.
They'll contact him.
Okay.
Do they have a number to contact Mr.?
I'm gonna put his number on the paperwork. Just have him wait for paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I asked to Mr. Christian, so where are we going?
I believe we're proceeding with an investigation. The people are prepared. Before we call it first witness, Your Honor, people would just ask for a mutual order of sequestration of all witnesses.
All right, any other witnesses testifying today as per our anytime in the future must be the courtroom or be denied this testimony. And that includes the courtroom, YouTube, or Zoom.
Thank you, Judge, and for the record, I have alerted Mr. Hill that if the proofs show that people would intend to add an account of receiving, concealing stolen property 20,000 or more, contrary to MCL 750.535 lowercase a, which is a 10-year felony.
Mr. Hill.
Is he charged with it already? No, he's charged with receiving, stealing stolen property, motor vehicle. That's receiving, stealing stolen property 20,000 or more would be charged with the alternative.
Sure. He told me.
The people will call their first witness, Michigan State Trooper Cody Languski.
Oh.
Here, please. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm show the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Do you swear the Lord towards you have a seat? Proceed with me. Thank you, Judge. Trooper, could you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Trooper Cody Longoski,
Where are you currently employed?
Michigan State Police.
How long have you been with Michigan State Police?
Roughly 5.5 years.
I'm gonna direct your attention back to February 23rd of 2023. Were you in the area of McNichols near M39 freeway?
Yes, sir.
Is that in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Were you working alone or with a partner?
I was with the partner.
And were you guys in uniform?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask also, what's your partner's name?
Marquise Edwards.
Were you in a car or were you on foot?
In a car.
Where were you positioned in the car?
I was the driver.
And so was Mr. Edwards the passenger then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to direct your attention to just after 9 p.m. that night. Did you observe anything that might bring us into court here today?
Yes, I observed a speeding car coming towards me.
So where were you traveling on McNichols?
I was traveling eastbound on McNichols from Southfield Freeway.
And you said you saw a car traveling towards you?
Yes, sir, westbound.
And what was it doing?
It was traveling at high rate of speed, faster than the normal flow of traffic out there.
What's the speed limit on that street?
I believe it's 35 miles an hour.
What speed was the car traveling towards you?
I didn't get a reading on it. I just saw I was traveling at a higher rate than normal.
Okay, so what do you do when you observe this?
I made a U-turn and observed the car stopped at the light at the Southfield, northbound Southfield Freeway Service Drive.
Okay, and so what if anything happens next?
Got behind the vehicle and my partner ran the plate and then.
Okay, and without telling me what your partner told you, what do you do? What do you do when the plate is ran through, or afterwards, I should say?
After it was ran through lean, the vehicle then abruptly turned north onto the service drive, then entered the freeway at a very high rate of speed.
Okay, so what do you do? What do you do as a result of that?
Well, the car turned its lights off and I activated my emergency lights and sirens to try and conduct a traffic stop.
So you said they turned their lights off. It was just after 9 p.m. So what was the conditions like outside?
It was dark out.
So you turn on your emergency lights, what happens next?
The vehicle then continues to flee and out of traffic.
And what are you doing as it's fleeing?
I am pursuing the vehicle.
And what if anything happens next?
The vehicle then exits at 7 Mile. And then once on 7 Mile, there were cars stopped at the light and the vehicle then goes up onto the east sidewalk and grass area around all the vehicles before turning east on 7 Mile.
Forgive me, Trooper, I did fail to ask you, what kind of car was this?
You know, that has slipped my mind, actually. If I could refer to my reports or refresh my memory.
Okay, Your Honor, may I approach this report? I'm going to hand you the first 2 pages of your report and just read it when your recollection's been refreshed. Please just turn it over and look back. So I'm gonna ask you again, what kind of car was it?
It was a Volvo XC6.
What color was it? I just looked at this.
The car, I'm sorry.
Do you not remember?
I don't remember the color.
Please take a look at the report and, let me know in a moment. So what color was that car?
It says it was, red, in the 2022,
You said it was an XC60 Volvo?
XC6.
XC6 one. Right. Your Honor, it's my understanding the defense would stipulate to the reading of the VIN number into the record.
So stipulated for exam purposes only.
Right. And I'll read that in. YV 4062 RL 7N 1986391. So when we were at earlier, you said that it had gotten off on 7 Mile and there were cars. So what happened when the car got off 7 Mile?
It went over the curb and was driving on the grass and sidewalk on the northbound service drive coming up to 7 Mile.
So what are you doing as you're observing?
I'm still continuing to pursue him. I safely did the same thing to get around. And the vehicle turned east on, I can't even say it turned on to 7 Mile because it stayed on the sidewalk of 7 Mile before turning south onto the first street, which is Fenmore, I believe.
Okay, so what do you do next?
I continue to pursue it south on Fenmore, before our aviation unit was to pick it up, and then I stopped pursuing.
What do you mean you stopped pursuing?
I turned my lights and sirens off and went back to normal speed and let the helicopter follow it safely.
Are you in communication with the helicopter?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you, without telling me anything the helicopter said, is it real time or is it delayed?
Real time.
So what is the helicopter telling you at this time?
Just pretty much every street that the car is on, what direction.
To hearsay.
It's present sense impression, Your Honor. It's real time. The truth, they're telling him exactly where the car is traveling and he's following those directions.
Just why don't they have the person here? I mean, that's the first question I asked the prosecutors. Do you have somebody from the helicopter?
Judicial autonomy, Your Honor.
Well,
No. So rule 803, present sense impression, Your Honor.
All right, through 803, which is hearsay acceptance, availability of declarant in material. One is present sense impression, a statement describing or explaining an event or condition made while the declarant was perceiving the event or condition or immediately thereafter. And that fits here, so I'm going to allow it.
Thank you, Judge. May I proceed?
Yes.
So you said the helicopter pilot is in communication, well, I don't want to say pilot, maybe it wasn't pilot, but the helicopter is in communication with you. And so what are they telling you in real time?
Pretty much they're telling us the streets that they're turning on, and just giving us their updated location every time they turn or stop.
Okay, so do you ever catch back up to that ball?
Yes, I do.
Where is it when you catch up?
It was parked in a driveway off of, I believe, Westbrook Street.
Was it like a driveway of a house or some sort of business?
It was a residential house.
So what happens when you catch back up to that ball?
By the time I got there, two occupants of the vehicle were already out of the vehicle. And we were going for the people out on foot.
Did you ever catch up to one of those people on foot?
I did.
What happened when you got to that person?
The helicopter was following the person that got out of the driver's seat, which came over to Trinity. My partner and I saw the one person standing where he said off of Trinity, which.
Let me stop you right there. You said standing where he said. Who is he?
Oh, sorry, where the helicopter stated the driver was at.
So did you get to that person?
Yes, we did.
Do you see that person in the courtroom here today?
I do.
Could you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing?
Yes, he's sitting behind the defense attorney, wearing all black male, short hair.
Thank you, Your Honor. May the record reflect that the witness identified the defendant.
So reflect.
Thank you, Judge. So what happens when you catch up to Mr. Christian?
We had him lay on the ground and then we were able to handcuff him without any incident.
Who is we?
Sorry, my partner and I.
What happens after Mr. Christian is handcuffed without incident?
We walk him back to, my partner and I walk him back to my patrol car. And I witnessed Trooper Edwards search his person.
Did you witness Trooper Edwards retrieve anything from Mr. Christian's person?
Yes, sir, I did.
What did he retrieve from his person?
I witnessed him pull out a bag of white chunky substance.
How big was this bag?
There's a little sandwich bag. I don't know the exact weight.
No, not weight. I'm just saying, was it like that?
It was just a small, maybe a little bit.
So what did you observe Trooper Edwards do anything with that baggie?
Yes, I provided him with a evidence bag and put it in the backseat or in the trunk of the car.
So what was the evidence, or excuse me, was there an evidence tag number on that bag?
I believe that came to be property item 1.
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
What?
To hand him a TrueNarc scan report that was conducted.
You conducted.
Can I ask, Your Honor? Did you conduct any TrueNarc test on that baggie?
I did not, but I witnessed a TrueNarc test done.
Do you have personal knowledge as to the results of that TrueNarc test?
I do, but I'm not trained in TrueNarc.
May I approach, Your Honor?
He's indicated he's not trained, so that's gonna help.
But yeah, what different, you know, if you're gonna ask him about it now, what?
I understand, Your Honor.
I mean, he didn't fill it out, he was there, like you said, he's not trained in it, so I can't necessarily testify to it.
Understood, Judge. Did you, after Mr. Christian is searched by Trooper Edwards, do you ever conduct any investigations as it pertains to the car?
Yes, I did.
What investigation did you conduct as it pertains to the car?
I called the registered owner of the vehicle.
Who is the registered owner of the vehicle?
I would need to refresh on the report.
May he look at the report part of the honor?
Yes.
Not on either of those, I do have more copies of the report.
Yeah, that's not on these two.
Yeah, approach the witness, Your Honor.
Yes.
So I'm gonna hand you pages 11 and 12 of your report. Just, if or when your recollection's been refreshed, please just look at that. I'm gonna ask again, who was the registered owner of that Volvo?
Brigadier Nelson.
And
Brigadier Nelson. I think I'm saying.
Brigadier?
I think I'm saying it right. Oh, yeah. And you want to
spell it, please?
Spell it here.
Yeah.
Brigd. So Nelson is coming.
Okay, thank you.
when you spoke to Ms. Nelson, well, I shouldn't assume this, I'm assuming this is Ms. Nelson. What did she indicate to you about her car?
She stated she was at her recently deceased mother's house cleaning it out when her vehicle was stolen from it.
Did Ms. Nelson know Mr. Christian?
No.
Did she indicate to you that she gave Mr. Christian permission to take or drive her vehicle?
She said nobody had permission to drive her vehicle.
Did Ms. Nelson indicate to you the value of her vehicle?
I don't recall.
Did you ever do any investigation as to the value of the vehicle?
Just in Kelly Blue Book.
What were the results of the Kelly Blue Book search that you did?
Roughly 48,000 in good condition.
When you did that Kelly Blue Book investigation, did you do a general search of the year, make, and model, or did you do a search of some other car?
I did a VIN search.
And which VIN number did you place into Kelly Blue Book?
The VIN of the recovered vehicle is from the scene.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
May I, Judge?
Yes.
Good morning, Chief. My name is Ryan Hill. I represent Mr. Christian.
Good morning.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, mostly related to what the prosecutor asked. If you have any, you don't understand, just say Ryan, repeat it, and I'll ask, okay? Or
Yes, sir.
or we ask it. I don't want you to discuss what you discussed with the prosecutor, but have you prepared with anyone else in terms of testifying?
I'm sorry.
Did you talk to your partner about what you were going to testify with today about?
Just me and my partner that's sitting outside, we just come talk.
All right, you read over your report, I'm assuming you refresh your recollection?
Yes, sir.
You indicated that there was a car coming towards you. You didn't have him on radar, correct?
Correct.
And you said he was speeding.
Yes, sir.
And I think your exact language was faster than a normal flow.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that's the only basis for you turning around to engage this vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir.
You indicated, what was the speed limit?
35 miles an hour.
It's safe to say, based on your testimony, you have no idea, you have no personal knowledge as to who was driving the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Now, I had an opportunity to review the videos when I got them in also this morning. Have you looked at the actual helicopter video?
Yes, I did.
Okay, would you agree with me that when the two occupants of the vehicle get out, they actually merge at one point? Would you agree with me, yes or no?
I don't recall that. I haven't watched it since the day of the scene. I don't have the actual video access.
When did you watch it?
When I was writing my report, the day of the arrest.
Okay, and you don't recall two occupants getting out and they actually merge and they're actually speaking to each other? It looks like they're speaking and engaging each other?
It sounds familiar, but I wouldn't be able to positively testify to that.
Okay, so your whole basis as to charging my client is based on what somebody told you in a helicopter, correct?
That, yes, and what we located on.
Okay. But again, you don't have any personal knowledge, or your partner can't testify to who's driving the vehicle, can it? Can you?
I don't believe so.
As it relates to the Kelly Blue Book value, you said you did that search when?
Just outside the hall.
Okay, don't you think a more accurate value would be to call the actual owner to find out what the value of the vehicle is?
I did call them, I just, I don't know if I asked that, I don't recall if I asked that or not.
Did you ever spoke to them?
Yes, I did.
Did you ask if they were subpoenaed to be here today?
I spoke to them.
I object to the relevance of that, Your Honor.
I will draw the question, Judge. Did you ask them if there was engine issues with the vehicle?
No.
All right, so you have no idea what that particular vehicle's worth to you?
Correct, no.
Based off your search on the phone, that's what you're testifying to today?
Yes.
You agree with me that if it had a blown engine or something like that, it could be worth nothing, right?
Yes.
Nothing for the judge.
I have no further witness, excuse me, no further questions for this witness.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Your Honor, I was intending to call one more witness, but it's my understanding, for the sake of the true narc and the suspected narcotics to turn into actual narcotics, it's my understanding the defense counsel will stipulate for exam purposes to that.
The only thing I want, I guess, an offer of proof is that he was going to testify that he administered this and it came back as a narcotic, right?
Yes, that is correct.
That's fine, for exam purposes, Judge. No problem.
Would you like me to still admit this as an exhibit, Judge, or does that
I'll
satisfy?
look at it, yeah.
Okay. So, I would move to admit this as People's Exhibit 1, and if I may approach, Your Honor.
Sure. All right, any further witnesses?
No further witnesses from the people, Your Honor.
Yeah, on behalf of the.
No, Your Honor.
Motion. Yes, Judge, the people move for bind over on counts 1, 2, 3, and a new count 4 for receiving and concealing stolen property 20,000 or more, contrary to MCL 750.5352A. As we heard this from Trooper Langowski, the Volvo was traveling at a high rate of speed even after Trooper Langowski activated his emergency lights to pull it over. He eventually did terminate his pursuit, but as we heard from his testimony, the helicopter pilots, or excuse me, the people, the Michigan State Troopers in the helicopter were telling him exactly where the car was traveling. And when the car finally came to a stop, Trooper Langowski said that they were telling him which way the driver went, and he went specifically after that driver, which ended up being, he identified Mr. Jamar Christian. Your Honor, I believe the fleeing aspect here especially goes to the knowledge that the vehicle and the property was stolen. The fact that he fled.
Where do you get that from?
Just a reasonable inference from the testimony, Your Honor. In fact, that happened.
No, give me what inference are you taking it for? Based on what?
Well, the Miss Nelson did tell Trooper Langowski as we heard.
Said her car was stolen, yeah, I got that part.
Yes.
Okay, she didn't say he stole it.
She did not.
Okay, she didn't know who stole it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Then we got him in the car.
Fleeing, Your Honor.
The lien says the car is stolen. I have no problem with the car being stolen. Hold on. But an element of receiving, concealing stolen property is the knowledge that the property is actually stolen. Okay, so.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe the fact that he was fleeing from police officers after they initiated.
In
the traffic
Detroit,
stop.
Everybody flees from police officers. I mean, that happens every day.
Judge,
You know, because for whatever reason, Detroit police decided to announce to the world on the news that they would not chase after people. So what happens? Everybody just takes off. So you can't say, you're adding an inference to something without having a factual basis for that inference. You're saying that just because the car was stolen, that's why he took off. Or that he would have known the car was stolen. I don't know if the ignition was busted, if there was a window busted in there, how they entered the car, or if they had a key. If there was a key in the car, he could have got the car from anybody. I mean, he could have bought it off someone, I mean, you gotta have something in there other than the car itself being stolen. I gotta have some kind of information that a reasonable person would know that this car was stolen. I.e. ignition punch, broken window for access, something.
I understand, Judge. Again, my argument would be that the act of fleeing goes to the knowledge, especially for probable cause purposes at this hearing here today. And again, I would make the motion for the binder, especially because the value as well was over 20,000 for that added count. Thank you.
Judge, I'm not going to touch on the knowledge element. I think the court kind of hashed that out. As it relates to the added charge, I think the court can see that there's actually really no testimony to indicate the value of the vehicle. It's just an assumption from an officer who's sitting in the hallway. So that's the court to deny that request. Judge, there's no testimony here today that my client was driving the vehicle. There is a again, an inference from a helicopter driver, but I think the most important thing is there's an ID issue, at least with counts 1 and 2. And that is when the officer said, sounds familiar, when I said, when they converged. You have 2 occupants, either one of those occupants could have been driving. Either one of them, both bodies converged. I asked the officer, he said, sounds about right. He's basing everything off of what a helicopter pilot said, or some officer or trooper said in the air, and he acknowledged that at one point, both the occupants came together. There's nothing on the record here today that suggests my client was driving the vehicle. If the court does find PC for the excessive speed, the only thing I can see is it would be count 3. That would be the only thing, again, only if the court finds PC for the actual following originally, but Judge, as it relates to the first 2 counts, I don't see that the prosecution's got the word.
Very well.
I'm not, thank you, Judge.
For having heard the testimony and arguments filed as follows. February 23rd, 23, Cody Majewski, Michigan State Police Trooper, was on patrol at McNichols and there at Southfield Freeway. He was driving on McNichols. He saw a vehicle coming at him, towards him, in what he perceived as a high rate of speed. Speed limit for the area of 35 miles an hour. He made a U-turn. Car was stopped at the Southfield. His partner then ran the plate. The vehicle then turned onto the Southfield Freeway, entered the freeway at a high rate of speed, and turned off the lights. At which point, Trooper Langowski turned on his lights and sirens, and the vehicle continued to go and fled. I came up at the 7-mile exit. When we came up there were vehicles at the light, jumped the curb, went on the grass and sidewalk, turning onto, turning on the next street, which was Kenmore. There was a stipulation as to the VIN number of the vehicle. At which point, the trooper testified the aviation unit picked up the vehicle, and the trooper stopped following them. Aviation being a helicopter. Chopper then was telling them street by street which way the vehicle was going. So the vehicle finally came to a stop, parked in the driveway of the house. Occupants of the vehicle got out on foot. Testified that the copper followed the driver and followed him up to Trinity Street, where the trooper then approached them, arrested them without incident, walked them back to the patrol car, where he watched his partner take a baggie of white substance out of his pocket. Was placed on evidence. There's a true narc test, which confirmed that that substance contained fentanyl. A true narc test was done in front of the trooper. Trooper also called the registered owner of the vehicle, which was a Vegeta Nelson, who testified that the vehicle was in fact stolen, gave no one permission to drive, and he looked up the value of the Kelly Blue Book value of the vehicle being approximately $48,000. He's charged in count 1, 2, 3, and new count 4, dealing with receiving, concealing, stolen property over $20,000. In count 2 and I didn't count 5. Count 2 and count 5 would be in the alternative. But you still got to connect all the dots, and you're missing them here. That there's a specific element in receiving, concealing stolen property of knowledge. You have something that speaks to knowledge that the I'm gonna find that there's enough information here for probable cause. Talking about trial, probable cause that defendant was in fact driving his vehicle. And as a result, I'm gonna bind them over on count 1 and then count 3. On count 2 and count 5, I'm not binding over. There was nothing on the record that would indicate that a reasonable person would know or suspect that this was a stolen property. It was a stolen vehicle. And as a result, I cannot bind over on that. So court find that the felony in count 1 and count 3 did in fact occur in the city of Detroit. Probable cause of discharge of defendant will be bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information. Will be April 28th. At 9 a.m.
Judge. Thanks, Judge.
You didn't realize it material, bro.
Oh, this,
Prosecutor.
prosecutor, yeah, is, Bookbook.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I
You got that? Two police officers, OSC,
Okay. This top one, order to return a property. I need the prosecutor to
Oh, look at it.
look at it, additional law on this one.
Judge, was that counts 3 and 5 you dismissed?
Yeah, he was adding a count, that would have been 5.
Okay.
The full defendant was actually charged with count 4.
The attorney submitted this, the judge.
Yes, sir.
Photo for safety.
So you think?
Yeah, I just want to make sure before it goes out. Your guy, Dave? You said you would be.
I don't only learn on Saturdays.
That's fine. Let's see. Do they have the heat on here?
Yeah,
Does it?
it's horrible, ain't it?
Oh,
Well, they say,
You know what it is, it's make you sweat.
but there ain't no air on it.
Right.
They don't care how they treat
Right.
each other. What's your next vacation? You always been
It's the only way to survive. It's something to look forward to, but I don't love that. Mentally, I can't cope with life. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, take care.
Is that a standard, discovery? Oh, Mr. Wallace, all right.
You see.
He just snuck up.
Also, I've been trying to get a ROA that he said happened earlier this week, and the website keeps saying maintenance.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Maintenance
on.
doesn't
They
pay.
like that all week.
Your Honor, my client would like to have his girlfriend and his 2-year-old daughter in the court. Is that okay? No? Okay.
Jeff Paul's going, Zoom, on YouTube.
Okay.
Mr. Wall,
Yes, ma'am.
the, case number, if you give it to me, I can print it out.
I don't have it in front of me.
What did you come for?
Okay.
It was,
What we do on Jefferson?
we're holding.
My officer is just walking in the door.
Huh?
My officer, they told me, is just walking in the door. The court wants to give him leeway, cool, if not.
On who? On Jefferson?
Yes, from my officer.
They need a few minutes on Jefferson.
Oh, here's.
Alright.
What's his name?
You found it? Court report.
Yes.
Oh, Brook Fire?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I think I got. Is it dismissal?
It was a dismissal. I just want the ROA. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I might have it attached to it.
Yeah. You left. I did. Well, no, I got the dismissal. I just wanted the ROA.
It's attached.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe I should just ask the name, huh? I just remembered that name.
I remember you came, that's why I did. Wow. Also, Giles.
Awesome, we're ready to go.
Ready? Thank you. Calling case number 2260367, the people of the state of Michigan versus Kenneth Jefferson. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, delivery, manufacturing cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 50 grams. Count 2, weapons carrying concealed. Count 3, weapons felony firearm. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Book appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff, Seth Wallace, P80922 on behalf of Mr. Jefferson, stands line. Mr. Jefferson, state name for
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge, people would ask for a mutual order of sequestration of all witnesses.
Right, you know, witnesses testify today at trial, anytime in the future must be the courtroom, Zoom, and YouTube, or you deny that future testimony.
Thank you,
First
Judge.
witness.
People will call Officer Nabil Jawad.
Officer Jawad.
Last name JAWAT.
Raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm to truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please put the door towards you. Let's see. Pull that microphone down. Please proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Officer Jawad, could you please state your name for the record?
Nabil Jawad,
And where are you currently employed, Mr. Jawad?
6th Precinct Special Operations.
I'm assuming that's with DPD?
Yes.
How long have you been with DPD?
4 years now.
Officer Jawad, I want to direct your attention to April 28th of 2022. Were you in the area of Fuller and Plymouth Street?
Yes.
Is that in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And were you working in that area that day?
Yes, I was.
Were you working alone or with a partner?
I had 2 partners,
What were the names of your two partners?
P.O. Hill and P.O. Michaels.
Were you on foot or in a squad car at the time?
We're inside the squad car at the time.
Where are you inside that squad car?
I was sitting in the rear seat of it.
So I'm going to direct your attention to just after 2:30 p.m. on that day. Did you observe anything that might bring us into court here today?
Yes.
What did you observe?
Just working that area. From my experience in that area, it's a well-known narcotic location.
Okay, that's not the question. I don't care about that.
I'm just
Tell him, you need to answer the question that he asked you. Did you observe anything?
Yes.
What, if anything, did you observe with your eyes?
I observed the offender crossing the street jaywalking.
Is jaywalking a ticketable offense?
Yes.
So you see a person jaywalking, what do you do when you see that person jaywalking?
Investigate.
What does that mean, investigate?
Stop them, get their information, and write them a ticket for jaywalking.
Do you see that person that was jaywalking in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
Could you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing?
Wearing the striped sweater, white black.
Okay, Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness identified the defendant. Okay, so you see this individual, excuse me, Mr. Jefferson. So you see Mr. Jefferson jaywalking, you approach him. What happens when you approach him?
If I recall properly, we're going down Foyer, just north of Plymouth. We advise them to stop, at which time he stopped.
So what do you do when he stops?
We exited our vehicle, approached him. When we were approaching him, he advised us that he had a weapon on him.
He just tells you he has a weapon?
Yes.
Does he indicate what kind of weapon he has?
Not that I recall, he indicated, all I do recall, he stated he had a weapon on him.
Did he tell you where that weapon was?
Not that I can recall, he told me.
Okay, so what do you do when he tells you that he has a weapon?
Of course, we want to make it safe. And we asked him if he had a CPL.
Did he answer that?
Yeah, I'm gonna object to the word we.
Yeah, did you ask him or did your partner ask him?
I can't recall who asked him. It was definitely one of us.
Would, so you say you can't remember?
Yeah.
If I showed you a copy of your report, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes, it would.
May I approach the witness, John?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. When your recollection can refresh, please put it face down and then look back at you. So did you ask Mr. Jefferson if he had a CPL?
From what my report states, we approached.
No. Just answer yes or no.
No.
So but other than that, does Mr. Jefferson ever indicate to you that he has a CPL?
He said he was open carrying.
Did you see any guns on his person?
When it was recovered, yes.
hold up, that's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking, as you're standing there looking at Mr. Jefferson, do you see an open carry weapon on him?
No, I do not.
So he indicates to you that he has a gun and he's open carrying, but you don't see one. What do you do next?
The fact that he advised us, we take the weapon from him.
Again, Your Honor, I'm gonna object. He says we took the gun.
Did you take the gun?
I don't recall if I took the gun. I refer to my report.
Refresh my memory.
Will it refresh your recollection if you look at your report?
Yes.
Please take a look. Did you recover any firearms from Mr. Jefferson?
I did not.
Did you observe any of your partners recover a gun from Mr. Jefferson?
P.O. Michaels recovered the weapon.
You saw P.O. Michaels recover a weapon?
For my report, yes, I don't.
Again,
recover.
Your Honor, this is like personal.
Strike the answer.
Of course, Your Honor. So you don't see, so you have no personal knowledge of anybody recovering a firearm. Do you perform any search on Mr. Jefferson yourself?
Yes,
What search do you conduct on Mr. Jefferson yourself?
the fact that a weapon was recovered, and at this time he did not have a
Okay.
CPL.
No, stop. Officer, I need you to listen to the question. Answer that question. Stop. I don't need you to add things to it. You know, this is not the time for you to say whatever you want to say. Okay, you're here as a witness. So I just need you to answer the questions. We understand each other.
Understand?
All right, thank you. I'm gonna strike the part about a weapon being recovered. That is not on this record. We don't know who did.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last time.
I'm gonna strike the part of the statement you just made about a weapon being recovered, because that's not on the record. We don't know who did.
Of course, Your Honor. I have no further questions, but Your Honor.
You have a question?
What's that?
You have a question?
No.
Just step down.
All right, thank you.
You have any other witnesses?
None, Judge.
Any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Any motions?
No motion, Judge.
All right, that is dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's need dismissed without prejudice. We need OICs on every case. These young officers don't know what they're doing.
I believe the OIC on this case is not currently present, but yeah, I'll make sure to let her know. She is here. Dr. Rosa. Please join the lights.
Not officer. Don't have.
This is a good pen, Mr. Wallace.
What's that?
It goes through.
These are the best pens ever in the world.
It kind of
They're
like a belt.
They're Sharpies, they're Sharpie. Here, you know what I'm gonna do?
The reason why you did it.
Do you use black or blue ink?
I use black. Yeah, I got the reject, What is that?
Next time you see me, you're gonna be like, that's the greatest pen ever in the world.
One thing I always.
It already feels great.
I tell people all the time.
Oh, man, I gotta get this pen.
And it's on the
8092.
They stopped giving us the 17. Because
You're not gonna sign it, Mr. Wallace? Yeah, I gotta do this.
You see what I'm
Oh, my God.
saying? They're on Amazon, don't
They are?
Yeah, they're good pens.
our commander came down specifically for me to say, start typing these cases up.
They got blue too, right?
It's
You
not-
got, you're using blue.
It's not a good case. And so-
I like using blue when I'm gonna have to scan it.
And so that's why I said, so they just started saying, cases could be dismissed.
Get rid of my rejects.
Don't all out.
Don't that pen. So, Mr. Wallace, do you need a ROA on this one?
Yes, please.
All right, let me do it. Now, right?
See what happens is
Somebody
that
that's
if
doing
it
it a while.
doesn't go over to
I
third
appreciate what I'm
circuit.
saying.
They have.
I appreciate it, sir. Yes, God bless you. All right.
Okay, see, I remember when we were on exams, that's what I used to do. They said I didn't have to.
Yesterday.
Said the same thing.
Question.
Right, he didn't get that. He didn't get it.
3 times. He didn't get it, and then through his questions, he gave the prosecution what they did.
Yeah, he sure did.
Sometimes that's the hardest lesson to learn is to just shut up.
Because you wanna say
Yeah,
something.
because I'm like, I'm at least getting the ink that I use in my printers worth questions. Some stuff to go into.
That's insufficient evidence, Jeff?
Yes.
Why is it? Oh, wow.
Well, see, it's back here too. That's when I'm arguing constitutional things, I'm like, in America.
Oh, you need the ROA, right? Okay, yeah. Here's the white copy.
All right, everybody, have a good weekend.
All right, time is our next one. 11:30,
He said he's going to, or?
Yeah.
She said she wants to. I told her to send it. I'll let you know.
So what Ronald gonna do this time?
All right, I'll see you. Everybody have a good
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Calling case, calling case number 2356072, the people of the state of Michigan versus Dion Garrett Jr. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, delivering, manufacturing cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic, 50 to 449 grams. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booker appearing on behalf of the people, P 86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wendy Barnwell on behalf of Mr. Dion Garrett. My P number is 42505.
All right, ready to proceed?
The people are not ready to proceed, Your Honor. Key witnesses were subpoenaed and failed to appear.
Currently, would respectfully move to dismiss.
Matter dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Prosecutor, you want to sign it?
Yeah, that's just you.
Oh. Right, he was removed, he needs removal of the title too.
Well, once he can take a copy of the dismissal and the register action, takes that over to Dickerson and they'll take it off.
It's a private, they, well.
Who's that? Garrett.
You want to take a copy of this when they sign it?
Anything for today is the 14th. She said what today is the 14th.
And this pen is awesome.
Two more? Two? Mr. Crooks is home.
Oh, yes, this, what time is this case? What time is the case?
This case is at 11:45.
Oh, yes, pretty soon.
Hey,
He's here.
Mr. K, I'm not quite sure what you can email. It's council, it needs at least 240. Okay, all right. I'll send you,
Very nice to see you.
Okay.
Barnwell, no.
No, thank you.
Oh, you know what?
All right, all right.
You know, she saw it.
I just
Oh,
want
yeah.
to hear about you.
Yes, I know, it's horrible,
I need some
like,
air, I need to get some air, I see the warmer next door. It's steaming here.
yeah, but at least you're not, you know, confined in this room, it's outside.
She's talking about, case for state,
Barnwell.
Yeah, I know, it's like great, great house, I say, great, great. He's pushing all of that.
This is for your client, here's a copy of the ROA attached, that's
Thank you,
yours.
Judge.
All right, see you later. Take care.
Judge, did you still charge my client a little?
Oh, yeah. Really, Sean. Yeah, I can tell.
Right.
No, I appreciate it. You were
Yeah,
very nice.
cause I told him, I said, if you come in there in any kind of hip hop or anything, you don't rock, you
Oh. Hey,
That's the same thing I tell my.
that's how you gotta do it. All right. You gave me the file line.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Here.
Yeah. All right, where's the file at?
Good weekend.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, are we ready on May? Party's ready on Marcus Mans.
The prosecutor, I'll go get Madam Prosecutor.
Morning, Your Honor, Remack.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was waiting on you, I didn't call. Calling case number 2356058, the people of the state of Michigan versus Marcus Mans. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 2, weapons, ammunition, possession by felon. Count 3, weapons carrying concealed. Count 4, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 5, weapons, felony, firearm. Habitual offender, second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor, Remack, on behalf of the people, P 82800.
And good morning, Judge David Cripps, P 34972, appearing on behalf of Marcus Mans, who joined us in court. Tell the judge your name, please.
Marcus Mans. Thank you, sir. All right, ready to
Judge,
proceed?
I'm sorry, Judge, the officer is walking up the courtroom right now. I just need a few minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
People call Officer Perry, or actually preliminary matter, Your Honor. I believe that Mr. Cripps will stipulate to defendant's prior, there's certified ROA as to defendant's prior conviction.
Your Honor, we're prepared to enter into that stipulation for the limited purpose of the elements of felon in possession for counts 1 and 2.
Okay, that is that your client has a past felony record and not regained his right to possess a firearm. That's right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, call your first witness.
People call Officer Perry.
Harry? Harry, can you step up, please? Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Will you pull the door towards you, have a seat? See?
Hey, Your Honor. Are you sure you want to hold that?
Yes,
Okay. Officer, please restate your full name for the record.
Deshaun Perry,
Officer Perry, where are you currently employed?
Detroit Police Department,
And how long have you been employed there?
3 years.
Okay, were you working on March 22nd, 2023?
Yes,
And were you working alone or with a partner?
2 partners,
What are their names?
Officer Flannery and Officer Diggs.
Okay, and on that day, were you at the location on Rosemont Street
Yes,
and West 7 Mile Road?
yes,
Is that in Detroit, Wayne County?
yes.
Okay, and what were you doing there?
Routine patrol,
Okay, were you on foot or in a scout car?
scout car,
And where were you positioned in the scout car?
driver.
Okay, and when you got to, what is at that location?
So at the corner of West 7 Mile and Rosemont, is a location known as Club Toxic, located at 18300.
Could you repeat that? What's at that location?
So on at that corner, at the corner of West 7 Mile and Rosemont, where I observed Mr. Mann's standing.
Okay, 1 second. Before you tell me where you saw him standing, what was at that, is it a residential area or a business
It's a
area?
business area.
Okay. Judge, I believe the officer in charge has checked in. He will not be testifying today. Is that okay with you, Mr.
It's
Chris?
fine with me, it doesn't need to be sequestered, he's not testifying.
Thank you, Your Honor. So you indicated that it's a business area?
Yes.
Okay, so when you were in your patrol car and you made that location, what did you see?
Okay. On routine patrol, I was driving east on West 7 Mile, in middle lane. It's around 12:30 at night. I was driving maybe 30 to 40 miles an hour. And I was driving east on 7 Mile. I observed a male standing at the corner of 7 Mile and Rosemont. I observed the male to be wearing a black jacket, black shirt, slim fit jeans, black tennis shoes.
Okay, and could you tell me how the lighting is in that location?
Yes, I was able to see what the male was wearing due to him standing near a street light, and also the light coming from the establishment that I mentioned before.
Okay, and were there a lot of people around?
No,
Okay, so when you saw this individual, did anything about this individual stand out to you?
yes, as I stated before, I saw the male standing alone, and I saw what he was wearing, and I also observed the handle of a black firearm inside his right jean pocket.
Okay, and how far
You said
away?
inside his right pocket?
It was outside of his right jean pocket. I saw maybe 3 inches of a handle sticking out of his right jean pocket.
Okay, and how far away from this individual were you when you saw that?
I was in the closest lane going the opposite direction, so I say anywhere from 10 to 15 feet.
Okay, and were you able to get a good look at this individual?
Extremely clear look.
Okay, and do you see that individual in court today?
I do.
Can you point to that individual and describe something they're wearing?
Yes, he's sitting behind the defense counsel wearing a tan shirt.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that this witness is identified the defendant Marcus Manns?
Right, sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. So when you said you were 10 to 15 feet away and you saw, what did you say, 3 inches of the handle?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do upon seeing that?
After seeing the firearm, I notified my partners, also Flannery, also Diggs, and I immediately turned the scout car around.
And you turned it around, why?
To investigate the middle, see if he's a CP holder.
Okay, and after you turned the vehicle around, did you come to a stop?
Yes, as I turned the vehicle around, I maintained eyes on the male and observed him get into the backseat of the vehicle that was now parked at the corner of West 7 Mile Rosemont.
Okay, and what type of vehicle was that?
I'm not sure, I have to look at my reports, what type of vehicle it was.
Okay,
It was a sedan for sure.
so when you got out of your vehicle and you saw him getting into that sedan,
As I turned my scout car around, I observed him get in the backseat of the vehicle.
okay, and what did you do upon seeing that?
I positioned the scout car next to the vehicle, engaged the driver of the vehicle, who later rolled down the backseat window, and we spoke to the male, asking if he was a CPL holder.
And who did you ask that question to?
I heard my partner, Officer Flynn, ask that question.
Okay, and did, and you said that you asked the question to Mr. Mans?
Yes.
Okay, did Mr. Mans respond?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said that he didn't answer the question, but stated that he did not have any guns.
Okay, and upon him saying that he didn't have guns, what if anything happened next?
Scout exited the scout car. My partners engaged the male first, and I came around to assist Officer Flynn with detaining the male from the vehicle.
While he was in the vehicle?
We got him outside of the vehicle.
Okay, and when you got him outside the vehicle, what happened next?
As we was engaging the male at the rear passenger door, getting him outside of the vehicle, I observed Officer Biggs on the other side of the vehicle, reach underneath the seat and recover the firearm, the same firearm that I observed in the male's right pocket.
How do you know it was the same firearm?
Because it was the same black handle, it's a full size Glock 22, it's a larger firearm.
But you only saw 3 inches of the handle, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the rest of that handle was just in his pocket?
The rest of the firearm was stuffed inside his right jean pocket.
Where did you say Mr. Biggs found this firearm?
Underneath the passenger seat, sitting behind where Mr. Mans was sitting.
And what happened after that?
After recovery of the firearm, Scout did our investigation to see if Mr. Mans was a CPL holder. He was not. Also, early in the firearm was reported stolen out of Southfield. But at that time, he was placed under arrest.
Yeah, I have a foundation.
Right.
I know.
Did you run the lien on that gun?
Yes,
And after running the lien, what did you discover?
I discovered that the firearm was reported stolen.
Did you at any point touch that gun?
Yes, to run into the name.
Did you do anything with that firearm?
It was placed on evidence.
One moment. Officer, were you wearing body cam that day?
Yes,
Okay, and was your body cam functional?
yes.
And how do you get your body cam to function? Is it always on?
No,
Okay, so how does it go on?
numerous of ways. I can turn on my traffic lights, and once I see into the vehicle, I'm sorry. Once I turn on my lights to initiate investigation comes on, or in our situation, whenever we open up our back car door, it immediately comes on. Or I can turn on myself, maybe.
So when you turn your lights on for your vehicle, is that in sync with the body cam?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Awesome. Thank you, Hunter. Okay, you're Officer Deshaun Perry, is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And you said on this evening you were on routine patrol,
Yes.
and you were the driver of the vehicle.
Yes.
And you told us that it was around midnight, is that right?
Around 12:30.
And AM, is that correct?
Correct.
So it's clearly dark outside at that time.
Yes, it is.
And that area that you were driving along was 7 miles, West 7 Mile?
Yeah, Rosemont, yes.
And it's rather dark in that area, isn't that correct?
And so in the neighborhoods, it's pretty dark, well, actually on 7 Mile, it's pretty well lit, so, business areas, businesses all up and down 7 Mile. So,
And looking at the scout car cam, it seems pretty dark to me. Would you agree with that?
I actually watched the video last night myself, and it looks a lot darker than what it actually was at night.
Right.
In person, I'm sorry.
So what you're telling the judge here is it looks a lot darker on the video
Yes,
than your memory of what the street looked like.
correct.
All right. So your memory is refreshed that it was rather dark on 7 Mile, but looking at the video last night.
You would think that it was darker than what it was. Because I was there in person and I watched the video, I was actually surprised at how dark it actually looks.
Right. And so you're driving about, you said about 30, 40 miles an hour?
Correct.
Down West 7 Mile.
East on West 7 Mile.
And when you come near Rosemont, you said you saw a man standing there, is that correct?
Correct.
Is that what you saw, was a man standing there?
7 Mile Rosemont, yes.
All right. On the sidewalk, in front of a business?
In front of a business, like on the corner intersection.
On the corner there?
Yes.
So on the opposite side of the street from you?
Yes.
Okay. So there were lanes between you, your car, and that person, is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, 2 lanes.
And there were cars coming the opposite direction at that time?
There actually wasn't. One might have passed, but when I observed the video.
Isn't there 3 lanes there? There's a parking lane and 2 driving lanes. Right?
You can say 3 lanes, that's fine, yes.
All
3
right.
lanes.
So
So 6 lanes altogether, 3 lanes in between me and Mr. Mans.
So it'd be further than 10 to 15 feet away if that person was standing from you.
If I had to guess, I might be a little bit further. I'm not sure it's actually,
All right, so you'd agree it'd be further than what you first told us?
maybe, I'm not exactly sure how far it is.
All right, so you're not sure how far that person was?
I would say a little bit farther than BDU, much farther than BDU.
But your car's in movement.
Correct.
You're looking for driving purposes.
Correct.
And was the person, did the person have his back to you?
No.
Did he have his side to you?
He was standing facing me.
All right, so you would have seen the right side of him then as you approached, or the left side of him?
So as he was standing facing south, and I was driving east. I believe he's on his phone. He was standing at his whole front side of his body was facing me.
All right, so the person was on the telephone?
Maybe. I believe so. I'm not sure.
That's what you just said.
I believe he was on his phone, but I know his whole front of his body was facing me.
Which hand did he have on the phone?
I believe it was his right hand.
Okay. And now you're saying he was facing you?
Yes.
Because you first said you saw him from his right side.
No, I observed what was in his right pocket. That's what I said.
Now, you said he had a jacket on?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of jacket?
I'm not sure. It was a light fitting, black jacket, black shirt.
And how far did that jacket extend on his body?
So due to his pants, he had a belt on, but due to his pants slightly, sagging, the shirt nor the jacket covered his right pocket.
I appreciate all that information. What I was just asking, how far did the jacket extend down his body?
Maybe to the top of his underwear.
All right. Did you see his underwear?
I did actually, yes.
Okay. So it's your testimony today that going at that speed, late at night, that you could actually see a handle of a firearm, is that right?
Yes, due to the lighting.
What's that, and that was in his right pocket, is that correct?
Right jean pocket, yes, sir.
All right. And your testimony is that you didn't see a whole gun, you saw a handle?
So due to the jeans that he was wearing, they were slim fitted. There was a full-size firearm inside his pocket.
But you couldn't see the firearm.
But my point is.
Council Perry, I need you to listen to the question and answer the question. If it's a yes or no question, please just say yes or no. If he wants additional information, he'll ask you another question. If the prosecutor wants additional information, he'll ask you another question. Okay, but I need you to answer the questions that you asked, please. All right?
You could not see a complete firearm?
No.
You said that you saw a part of a handle, if I heard you correctly.
Correct.
Just a couple of inches of it, is that right?
Maybe 3, yes.
So it could have been something other than a firearm at that
No.
time? What color was it that you saw?
It's black.
Right. And upon making that observation, what did you do?
Turn the stop car around.
So you did a U-turn?
Yes,
All right. And so when you did a U-turn, you're on the opposite side of the vehicle from where that person was standing, is that right?
yes.
When you did the U-turn, did you pull up alongside the person or vehicle?
When I did the U-turn, I observed Mr. Mansky in the backseat of the vehicle,
Okay, where was that vehicle?
parked at the same intersection with 7 on Rosemont.
Was it pointed in your direction or the opposite?
It was pointed facing west,
Okay, so when you did a U-turn, it was the
pointed the same direction.
same direction. And was he inside the car after you did your U-turn?
Yes.
All right, so you didn't see him get in the car?
I kept maintaining eyes on him. I did see him get in the car. I was looking through my mirror as I turned around.
So you're turning around, you're looking in your rearview mirrors?
My side mirror.
Your side rearview mirror,
Yes.
all right? And so when you're turning around, that mirror would show behind you, not the vehicle in front of you, correct?
As I'm watching this, make sure I can turn around, I'm keeping eyes on him in my mirror, see him get inside the vehicle and turn my scalp.
I'm sorry, saw him do what?
Get inside of the vehicle through my rear mirror, and then I turn the scalp around.
Now, you didn't see the gun at that time?
I couldn't see the gun at
You
that time.
didn't, you didn't see any handle at that time?
Not at that time.
All right. And you saw him get into the vehicle?
Yes.
Are you sure it's the same person who you saw standing on the corner?
I watched him get in that vehicle, yes, sir.
Okay. And so what did you do when you did your U-turn?
I watched my furthest on my observation. I positioned the scout car next to the vehicle.
So you pulled up next to that vehicle itself? Is that
Yes.
correct? All right. And then what did you do?
We pulled up next to the vehicle and engaged the driver of the vehicle, asking him to roll the back window down, which he did. And we spoke to the male in the backseat, Mr. Mans, asking if he was a CPL holder. Because if he was a CPL holder, if he could produce that, then he would have been on a lot of that.
All right, so you heard your partner ask whether he was the CPL holder.
Yes.
And did you hear a response?
I heard him state that did not have any guns in the car. Well, he did not have any guns, I'm sorry.
What he said exactly is that he did not have a gun.
Yes.
All right, and that was in response to a question asking whether he had a CPL.
Correct.
Did you then talk to the driver of that car?
I didn't know.
I thought you said you engaged in conversation.
Yes, Scout did.
Who's that?
Officer Flannel, because he was on that side of the vehicle.
So you heard Officer Flannel say something to the driver?
Asking the road over down, yes.
Did you ask him anything else?
I got his identification, and that's it.
And how did you do that?
I believe he might have ran a plate and observed that the vehicle was registered to him.
And then you asked for his identification?
That one time, sir.
Did you ask for the driver's identification?
I believe so, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, if you reviewed your body cam, you saw that you got his driver's license, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you took a picture of it.
Yes, sir.
And where's that picture?
I believe I don't have it anymore.
So what did you do with the picture that you took of the person who was in the car where you found the gun?
Use it to identify him, delete it.
What did you do with the picture after you took it?
Delete it.
Why would you delete that?
I deleted it. It's just for to get him identified.
Okay, so now that would have been the driver of the vehicle that the gun was found in, is that correct?
The driver of the vehicle, yes, sir.
Okay. And did you take that driver's name and contact information down in your police report?
I took his name down, yes.
In your police report?
Yes.
And did you take a contact information, like such as phone number and address?
I believe I have his address. I use that was in lien. I'm not sure about his phone number, sir.
Could you show me in your report where the address is, sir? Metro Center?
Yes.
It wouldn't be in my actual report, it would be in the main report in the tab section.
Identify for the judge what you're looking at.
So this is the name of birthday.
No, what document is that?
It's my report.
All right.
Yes. This is his name, birthday, date of birth.
Look, this is the driver's name.
Yes, that's the offender, that's the driver, vehicle, fine. And the main report is where he said his information will be address, telephone.
Which report are you referring to?
The main report that Officer Flannel did.
Oh.
It's in the tab section.
So you say it's not in your report?
No, sir.
Okay, and you deleted the contact, the photograph of the driver's license of the driver?
Yes, sir.
So you yourself can't provide that information.
I cannot, sir.
I have, the report you were referring to as Officer Flannel's report. That's the report you were referring to, that we have. I'm showing you Officer Flannel's report. Show me anywhere in there
It's
where
not,
he has his contact information.
yes, sir, it's not in the, when I say the tab section, it's like where we document the name, the
You mean on
address.
the back there?
No, it's, yes, but it will have a gun involved, this is.
I'm sorry?
Yes, it's the same thing as this, but it will have the involved other, he's involved other.
Oh, so it's not in Officer Flannel's report either then?
It's in the report.
I'm sorry?
It's in the report.
Well, then show it to me.
The main report is more than one page, sir.
Sure, there's a back page here. It's not in there either.
It's about 7 pages, sir.
But the bottom line is you deleted the photograph.
Yes, sir.
Did you actually go into that car?
To detain Mr. Mans.
And how did you do that?
I assisted Officer Flannel with detaining Mr. Mans.
And how did you do that?
Reached inside the vehicle to detain Mr. Mans.
Okay, so you, how did you detain him? Did you pull him out of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Right, forcibly pull him out?
To detain him in handcuffs.
All right.
That's our force to use.
All right, and you didn't, when you went to the, would that be on the passenger side of the car?
Yes, sir.
On the passenger side?
The rear side, yes.
All right, and so you didn't see a firearm at that time, is that correct?
No, I didn't see a firearm until Officer Biggs recovered from under the seat.
Did you see him recover from under the seat?
Yes.
Where were you when you saw that?
Standing on the passenger side of the vehicle.
So after you took him out, you saw your partner reach in there?
Simultaneously, yes. As we were detaining him, I observed Officer Biggs reach inside the vehicle.
Did you go over to the driver of the vehicle and ask him whether the gun was his or not?
I don't remember, sir.
When you detained Mr. Mans, you put him in your police car?
Yes, sir.
And did you take him to the hospital?
Yes, sir.
So why did you take him to the hospital?
I think he stated that he was having trouble breathing or he was diabetic. All I know is he said he needed to go to the doctor.
There were constant complaints about the handcuffs that you placed on him, is that correct?
Yes, I definitely adjusted his handcuffs to make sure that they was as loose as possible.
We went on and on and on the body cam saying how the handcuffs were hurting, is that correct?
Like I said, I made sure they was loose as possible. They are not made to be comfortable, sir.
I know, he was complaining about how tight they were and it caused him physical discomfort, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
No redraft.
I got a couple questions to clarify. You said he was wearing a black jacket and a black shirt, right?
Yes, sir.
Black pants,
Yes, sir. Black jeans.
black jeans?
Yes, sir.
And you observed Officer, I think you said Biggs,
Yes, sir.
retrieve a weapon from under the driver's seat?
Passenger seat.
Passenger seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the same time that you took out Mr. Mann from the back passenger side or the back driver's side?
So he was in the back passenger seat, back passenger seat. And as Officer Fleming, I was detaining him from the vehicle. I observed Officer Fleming Officer Biggs going from the other side of the vehicle and reach underneath that passenger seat or cover a firearm. So directly in front of where Mr. Master sits.
Okay, so I'm still not quite understand. Mr. Mann was sitting, I know he was in the back seat.
Mhm.
Was it on the driver's side of the back seat or the?
Passenger side.
He's on the passenger side of the back seat.
Yes,
He's
sir.
on the left, so.
Right.
Went in the same direction of the car, on the left side. Right.
No, sir. We both was, our cars were parallel. I exited the driver's seat and approached the passenger side of the vehicle.
Went all the way around to
Yes, sir.
the curve.
Yes, sir.
Curve side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and that's where he was sitting.
Yes, sir.
And also Jakes entered from the
Driver's side.
street side of the car.
Yes, sir.
Driver's side. Yes. And you say you reached under the front seat passenger side.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
From
Okay.
the back. From the back. And
From the back.
as Officer Flannel and I was detaining Mr. Mans, I observed the officer base recover that firearm.
I didn't hear that.
So the firearm was basically at Mr. Mans' feet, and as Officer Flannel and I was detaining Mr. Mans from the vehicle, Officer Biggs reached in from the driver's side, rear seat, and covered the firearm from underneath that passenger seat from the back seat.
Okay, so it's underneath the passenger seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, got it. Any questions based on my questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
I got it. Thank you.
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense is not calling any witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. Argument, motion.
Judge, people move for bind over on counts 1, 3, and 4, and waive argument.
Get to the basically two arguments here. First of all, we argue that there's a lack of credibility in terms of being able, on the part of the officer, Deshaun Perry, to be able to see a handle of a firearm while the officer is driving on the opposite side of the street, some 20, 30 miles an hour, late at night. He admits that after reviewing body cam video, it was a lot darker than he originally testified to. And he says he claims he could see handles sticking out. I think that it's highly incredible you'd be able to see that late at night. Then does this U-turn. He claims that he could see, and this is the part I really find hard to believe, that he was able to make contact with Mr. Mans to see where he went by looking in his mirrors at the time. Because if he made an immediate U-turn, the mirror would be facing the opposite direction from the vehicle that he claims that Mr. Mans got in. But nonetheless, he says that Mr. Mans got in the vehicle on the opposite side of the vehicle from the officers and got into the vehicle, and they immediately went over, detained him, and they asked him whether he has a CPO, and he says he doesn't have a gun. So they obviously find a gun in there, but we don't know for sure whether that gun was already in there before Mr. Mans got into the vehicle. I guess what I'm highlighting to the court, it would have been almost impossible for the officer late at night to have seen that handle of a gun sticking out of a pocket when he's got a jacket. Second argument we make is we believe there's insufficient evidence for count 2 and the count that goes along.
She didn't move to bind that over.
I'm sorry?
She didn't move to bind that over.
She moved to bind it.
She moved to bind over 1, 3, and 4. So count 2 and 5. She did not move to bind over.
3. Yeah.
So they
Got it. Okay, then I don't need to make that argument at all.
Okay.
Nothing further.
Any rebuttal?
No rebuttal.
I need to address that. I need to address the issue in regards to what this officer said he could see. You know, because I have a hard time buying it. You're driving down 7 Mile. 35 miles an hour, since we know that. You see a man standing on the corner, the driver of the vehicle. You see a man standing on the corner, opposite side of the street, and you're driving. He's wearing all black. You can see a black, you see, he's very specific about what he could see. You know, 3 inches of a black block sticking out of his pocket. You know, it's not my job to put myself in the place of the trier of fact. You know, that's, I just need to hear something. I mean, it's stretching it. For me, it is. You know, what a reasonable person could see and believe that's what he saw. Driving. And he's the driver. He wasn't a passenger. He wasn't a passenger just look where he had a chance to just stare at this man. He's a driver. So if he's driving down the street, he got an opportunity to glance at him. I'm just having problems with it. Add anything?
Judge, the only thing I can say is that, when I asked him how far away he was from Mr. Mans, he said it was, I believe he said about 10 to 15 feet. Being a police officer, he recognized that grip to be a grip of, or you recognize that whatever was protruding out of his pocket to be, parts of the grip of a firearm. And that goes to his personal observation of that, Your Honor. I believe that's a question of fact.
Well, he originally said 10 to 15 feet, but then upon.
The roads are 8 feet wide, each lane. It's 3 lanes, it's 24 feet. Standing on the sidewalk, that's another 5 feet. You know. Okay. All right. All right, court, having heard the testimony, I'm advised of this following. Heard from Officer Deshaun Perry, Detroit police officer, that on March 22nd, 2023 at 12:30 a.m. that he was on patrol. He had 2 partners. He was in the area of Rosemont and West 7 Mile. He was in a scout car. He was the driver. He observed a male alone standing on that corner of Rosemont and 7 Mile. He said there was a street light and there was lights from the business. He observed a gun handle sticking out 3 inches from, he identified as the defendant's right jean pocket. The defendant was wearing a black jacket, black shirt, and black jeans. Notified his partner, he turned around, he observed as he was turning around, or before he turned around, he observed the defendant in the back, get into the back seat of the vehicle. They positioned their car next to that vehicle, spoke to the driver, asked the driver to roll down the back window, the driver complied. They asked the defendant, or someone asked the defendant if he had a CPL, the defendant said he didn't have a gun. They then went to remove the, Officer Perry, along with one of the other officers, removed the defendant from the back seat. Officer Perry observed Officer Biggs enter the back of the vehicle from the other side, the driver's side back door. and remove a handgun from the, underneath the front seat passenger side. Without to be perfectly honest, I'm having a hard time buying this whole thing about what he saw. I think it would be almost impossible. He said there was light from a street light, so I'll give him credit for that. There's no light from the business. But if it's in his right front pocket, the light from the business wasn't helping him at all because it was behind him. Street light possibly could have been in front of him, which would have illuminated his front. So, and again, I have no right to stand in the place of the trier of fact. But as a result, the court's going to find that by probable cause, counts 1, 3, and 4, based on the stipulation that defendant has a past felony and didn't have a right to possess a firearm, that defendant did in fact commit those felonies by probable cause, and committed in the city of Detroit by probable cause. As we found over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be April 28th.
Thank you.
State, this is, they ain't gonna meet the muster, but it's not my job to say that. Or to make that determination. I can say what I want, but just can't make that determination.
That on counts 1, 3, and 4, Judge?
1, 3, and 4. Yeah, 1, 3, and 4. Also, can you coach for a second? You talk to all. Okay. Can you let them know? I don't take crap. I'm gonna go today. You said want to smack his lips and go through all that again. I'll have to put up with it. I'll send them back out that way. Just as soon as I work, send it out. I will take it from now. Anybody else? I'll have to. Courtesy. There you go. Information, do what it wants.
Come on down.
Yes.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah. Please. Or count. Mr. Cripps, are we okay on your other case? The date, did you get it?
On the Martin?
Yeah, from this morning.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know, but I
Okay.
thought you had an issue.
Right there.
I knew something was wrong, you didn't show up. You're always early.
Chris, can you approach the second, please?
Yes, Judge.
That close. I know. I just need some.
They can't see it.
There's no
way to show you. That's why I think there was something there.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I know, I would have played the other one. Okay, it was we too. So I took it.
Parties ready on Mario Myers,
We are.
Right.
calling case number 2356094. The people of the state of Michigan versus Mario Myers. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed, count 2, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon, count 3, weapons, felony, firearm, habitual offender, third notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Dan Duquette, practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120, under the supervision of Evan Buckbuck, P number 86266, in good standing, on behalf of the people.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Kiana Friendly, P73015. On behalf of Mr. Mario Myers, who is standing behind me. Mr. Myers, please state your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, Mario Myers.
Good afternoon, thank you.
People are ready to proceed.
Your Honor, at this time, I've explained to Mr. Myers his rights to preliminary examination, the purpose thereof, and explained to him that probable cause is referred to for this more to be bound over to circuit court. As such, Mr. Myers has indicated he wishes to waive his exam and have this matter bound over. He has executed the waiver form.
All right, Mr. Myers, you understand you have a statutory right to preliminary exam with state must show by probable cause crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing a crime. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything or threatened you in any way that you waive your right to preliminary exam?
No, sir.
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes, sir.
And you signed the waiver of examination form?
Yes, sir.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam and is bound over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be April 28th at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, we could just address bond. Mr. Myers is currently on a tether, a house arrest tether. We're asking for him to be released out for several hours during the day. Prior to this offense, Mr. Myers, as I said, took his children to school every day, and he was also looking for new employment as he had previously lost his current employment. He had several interviews that were already scheduled that had to be either canceled or postponed until this could be addressed. He's maintained the same address at the same location. We're asking for him to be out during the hours of 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. That allows him to do drop off, pick up, the extracurricular activities, as he is the sole day provider for the children.
And the people have no objection to review that decision to the straight.
Right. Court will amend the conditions of the tether, allow Mr. Myers to be out from 7. Just make it from 7 to 7.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see you back
All
on the
right, I
side.
need a bond form. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good to see you too.
Yeah.